What's going on, everyone? Welcome to February 2024's market update, where we are looking back in January to see what happened in the market, and I think we actually have some positive news this month.
Yeah, I would say so. We are going to compare January of 2024 to obviously January of 2023, and honestly, things are cooking up, not weather-wise. It's been rainy all week, getting ready for the Super Bowl, but real estate industry-wise, things are definitely heating up here in Las Vegas. So pay attention to some of these stats.
So always we start with units sold. So how many units did we sell in January?
It sounds bad, but not compared to last month. 1,479 single-family residences sold in the month of January of 2024, which is a pretty giant increase, a huge leap from last January. I know last year all of our market updates might have been a little bit more dreary. Well, we have some positive news coming your way this time, and 11.6% more homes sold of January of this year compared to January of last year, which is a giant number for January. Typically, the slowest month in real estate is January. To see an increase like that is a good sign for things to come.
And also, we haven't seen the big rate decrease everyone's saying will happen when these increases start going. So we still have that big pent-up buyer demand, seller demand that still hasn't hit yet, because we're still in the mid to high sixes in interest rates here in February.
Definitely. And that's definitely going to change. And also, tax return season will be upon us here in a couple months. Hate that three-letter word, tax, but
sometimes it helps with down payments.
That is a huge help. So we're going to see this trend hopefully continue the rest of the year. But what about the value of these homes?
Okay, so we're going to go back to our median versus average discussion we have every month. So median price point was $445,000, which is actually up 4.7% from last January. So even though everyone says the economy's stalled, the whole market's stalled, if you have a house, you bought it in January 2023, you're sitting on about 5% increase in equity.
Yeah, that's over $20,000 that you made sleeping in your own home last year, which is pretty good. I usually don't make money sleeping. I'm not a big stock trader, so that never happens to me. But I guess I did. I made a decent amount sleeping in my home last year.
Absolutely. What about average?
Well, average price, a little bit different. So just to give you an idea. So the median sales price was $445,000. Average was all the way up to $569,000. So quite the discrepancy there. Also, we saw a higher increase of percentage for those home values, and that is sitting at 7.1% more than what it was last year.
So that's beautiful for those homeowners.
Yeah, quick math. That's like almost $40,000 that they made sleeping in their house as well. So keep sleeping in your houses and let us know if you're looking.
That's my goal every day. Is to sleep in my house.
If I don't sleep in my house, my wife has big questions coming my way.
Yeah.
So I go home. I do.
And my bed is much more comfortable at my house than the fire station.
It is true. Whenever I go out of town, it's actually kind of an issue. I feel like hotels' beds are nice, when you first jump on it, and then after that first night, you're like, man, I just want to go back home. I just want to sleep in my own bed. There's some comfortability about it. So if you're not owning your house, please reach out to Beau, and we can help get you some home ownership.
And we'll help you move that bed, because everyone loves their bed.
Yeah, we're gonna hire somebody. I'm not in shape to move beds.
All right, what about new listings?
New listings, all right. We're going to do a month over month and also a year comparison with new listings. So new listings are sitting at 2,432 right now, which compared to December is up 62%. 62% of more people listed their home in January compared to December.
Why is that though? Okay, so I'll answer the why. Unless you have to, no one wants to list their home during the period of about 2 weeks before Thanksgiving till after New Year's. Yeah.
So
there's a small pent-up demand of listings. Obviously still not where we'll see it when the rates drop, but kind of a little foreshadowing of what could happen.
I'm not trying to sell my home during Christmas. You're trying to find a home during Christmas, if anything. That would be a different way to approach it. So seeing that 62% increase is obviously huge and a positive sign, but just realize that it's probably pretty standard when you compare December to January typically each year.
What about year over year? Because that's kind of, it's hard to compare month over month with the slow season, but what about year over year?
Year over year, it's actually down. So, number of new listings that came to market this month or in January was down almost 2%, 1.8 to be exact. So not a huge drop off there. Everybody's kind of still getting used to the new year. Not everybody's so gung-ho to list their home, January 1 or even up January 31.
Yeah. Right.
But I feel like once we do this February update, it's going to keep on increasing.
Yeah. I agree. The stat I thought was very interesting is that new listing value the median price, have you, is $490 when the median sales price was at $445. That means people are very aggressive with their listing strategy.
I mean, like we started this video off, like the market is heating up, and I feel like, you know, people that are signing these contracts, listing these homes, they feel that as well. You know, buyer demand's up, you know, the pre-qualifications with lenders are up as well. There's a lot of positive trajectory going on in the real estate market, and I feel like people are hopeful that that number might be able to be hit.
10%?
That's a giant increase. I'm not agreeing with exactly what's being done there, but I guess only time will tell. Hey, their house is worth what somebody will pay for it.
Absolutely.
So we'll see where that ends up next month. So,
do we want to talk about year-over-year numbers, or I think that was pretty well done of what we're looking at new listings wise?
I think so.
So the last stat we're going to hit, because we are really trying to keep these market updates a little bit shorter for you guys, so you guys listen to our full pouring over properties podcast, which is way more fun.
Yeah.
Available units. What are we looking at? If we're a home buyer, what's our chances of finding our dream home?
So how many homes are out there? Single-family residences, 3,551 single-family residences
that are currently on the market available
right now. Yes. Which is a decrease compared to last year of 34.8%. So we're really not seeing the listings come to market, you know, and that's just a trend that I feel like, you know, we're beating a dead horse at this point, but it's just the same thing every month, you know. Nobody's listing their home. Nobody wants to list their home unless it's a, you know, a situation they have to, you know, or they really want to upgrade, downsize, you know. It's more of like a life scenario is not forcing people, but wanting people
the 5 Ds.
Yeah.
But with that, that's an opportunity for you if you are on the edge, if you're teetering on should I list, should I list, should I list? Yes. Because buyer demand is not, you know, people aren't running through the gate, but there's buyers out there, and obviously demand is or not demand, but inventory is low.
I mean, you could tell by that list pricing that we just talked about, the $490 to $445. Like, they know the product they have is not so available out there. There's not that many options out there. So if your house is, you know, upkept and done well, like, you will probably get that number that they're listing it for.
I have many listings that they're only one in the neighborhood. I mean, I can think of 2 off the top of my head that were like,
that's true. I just did a postcard for an agent that I work with, and there were 2 listings in like a 700 home community. I was like, whoa, that's nothing. I feel like let's start knocking. There's definitely some opportunity to be had in said neighborhood. So last but certainly not least, you know, a terminology that we all love to use in real estate, so I want to pass it over to Beau, is months of availability. Where are we sitting at there?
So once again, months of availability is the amount of homes sold versus the amount of units on the market. We were actually at 2.4 months availability. Once again, they used to say 3 months was a neutral market. I think we're going to be closer to 2. So for the amount of buyers, I think we're doing pretty good. But
agreed.
As those interest rates come up, we'll be closer to that 3 month supply to keep the market happy.
Yeah, I mean, just simple math. There's 3,551 units available, and how many homes sold was 1,479. Okay, so if that keeps trending, it seems to be about 2.5 months. Right there.
Well, thank you so much for joining us here in February, looking back at the January
Super Bowl week. Go Niners!
Yes.
Bang, bang.
Have a great day.